AskReddit by AnnaMaking 1108. What screams poorly educated? Choosing to hate something they don't know anything about. The inability to understand nuance. Everything's very simple and easy to understand and they think you're mental if you try to describe the shades of grey. Ugh, the inability to understand that things are not black or white. Or the ability to understand that if one person is wrong, the other isn't necessarily right. He might actually be wrong too. Mind blown. Right now with the Russia crisis, there are people calling the Wagner group leader a hero because he goes against evil Putin. They can't get it in their heads that this guy is likely even worse than Putin and is no hero. Is it really that hard? When you're in an argument, and the person you are arguing with thinks they are winning because they keep interrupting you and won't let you talk. Drives me up a wall. In more than one conversation I have used the phrase, getting louder and repeating yourself doesn't make you less wrong. Treating people who speak with an accent like they are ignorant or inferior. These people are literally communicating to you in a second language to them. That's what gets me. Yeah, some verbs and nouns might be misplaced in the sentence, but you understood what they meant, and you can't speak to languages. Using buzzwords without knowing what they mean. Especially when you ask them to clarify what they are talking about, and they continue regurgitating the same buzzwords. If you can't describe something in very simple terms, you don't really know it. I experienced it firsthand. I knew how to do OOP programming, but didn't really understand it, hence I couldn't explain it to anyone who doesn't do programming, except I would always be open about the fact I can't explain it. Now that I actually understand it, I can explain it to my mum. If this post gets 200,000 shares, big corporation will donate a kidney to this brave little girl in desperate need. Actually commenting and sharing a FB post to win a custom RV because the last person they tried to give the prize to was underage, so couldn't accept. Or anything of that ilk. I remember like 15 years ago seeing a picture on Facebook of a little girl with all kinds of tubes coming out of her, and if this gets 10k shares the doctor will perform the life-saving surgery on her for free, and people sharing it left and right. As if the doctors were so horrible and heartless that they would only perform life-saving surgery if enough people shared her picture. Sorry little girl, you're gonna die cause not enough people care. Oh well. Reading a headline and thinking you now know the whole story. So most Reddit users. A refusal to admit that you're wrong or don't know something. An inability to objectively analyze something, an article, an opinion, etc. I get what you're saying, but I respectfully wholeheartedly disagree with this. Not admitting you're wrong is a character flaw. Has nothing to do with education. I've known extremely intelligent and educated people who are incapable of admitting when they're wrong. Having pride in not knowing something. That always shocks me, but it's pretty common. Some people make ignorance the core of their personality to the point that they're actually proud of all the things they don't know. These are the same people who brag about not having read a book since high school. Everybody that calls me a loser. Tighten up. Refusing to hear or analyze data. I don't like to criticize people for lack of education because not everyone is afforded the same opportunities, but I am astonished at the amount of people who have gone to school and everything in it seems to have rolled off of them like water off a raincoat. There's grown-ass adults who have no grasp of really basic concepts taught in middle or primary school, or who can barely read or write in their native language despite having graduated high school. I had a student social worker one summer. She couldn't spell or print, let alone decide if her name should be spelled with a Y, I or E. It was Ashley. This is a person who will decide whether to take children away from parents one day. Bragging about not reading. Definitely hated reading after being forced to read books like The Scarlet Letter or The Bell Jar in high school. Not enjoyable books for a 16-year-old. Picked up a book during COVID that I enjoyed and found out reading is sick. It's like TV in your brain. 10/10 recommended. I will never understand flat earthers. You can literally see the curvature of Earth depending on where you are. Don't try to reason someone out of an idea they didn't reason themselves into. Believing literally everything from the internet. Worse, spreading online news. Not wanting your kids to do better than you. That's not being poorly educated. That's being narcissistic. Thinking that getting a pay raise means you'll make less money because you are in a higher tax bracket. Hell, my intelligent, successful brother didn't know how marginal tax brackets worked until he was 40. Every single internet math problem. Because you always end up with people who don't follow PEMDAS. Lack of critical thinking and dismissal of science and the scientific method. Edit, I find the FASAPM award hilarious. When objectivity and rationality are viewed as dangerous and threatening. 99% of our customers recommend us. Yeah, because the people who didn't like your company are no longer customers. Thank you. Customers who switched to Geico saved an average of $500 per year. Yeah, no shit. If you get a quote and you save $6 by switching, you are not going to put in the effort of changing insurance companies. Confusing someone's level of formal education and their intelligence. The dumbest person I work with has a master's degree. Taking social media influencers seriously. Alpha Mole. I did a tour with wolves a few months ago, where we got up close to them and could hang out with them. One of the handlers told us that the term alpha male referred to the male who took care of the whole pack. We are talking everyone from babies to sick ones to grannies. His line that I'll never forget was, so next time someone refers to themselves as an alpha male, make sure they understand that the alpha male is the guy pushing the stroller with a fanny pack full of band-aids, lollipops, and medicine. Refusal to put themselves in anyone else's shoes. Building a submarine out of expired carbon fiber. And a porthole window rated only to 1500 m depth. Wanting to defund education. Mocking someone speaking in broken English. Not questioning everything at least a little bit. I seen that on TV. Constantly downplaying others' education and achievements to prove their own intelligence. My sister worked at a pool as a lifeguard attendant. One of the other lifeguards told her, "I refuse to clean the bathroom. I have a graduate degree and I'm not going to be told what to do by someone with an associate's." My sister was like, "Then why are you working at a pool as a lifeguard?" Using stuff read on Facebook as a basis of your actions and beliefs. Writing "I should have done something." A shocking number of people don't understand the Venn is not of. Like, shocking. Claiming you know all about something really advanced that requires years of teaching and practice, law, medicine, science, engineering, all because you watched a few shitty YouTube videos that only confirmed your bias. And you're certain you must be correct because a few famous people have the same opinion. Flat earthers. People who litter. People who can't follow simple traffic rules. People who are impolite to minimum wage workers. Basically, inconsiderate people with zero civic sense. Degrading education to the point of bragging about your own ignorance. There. I hate seeing bawling when people mean bullying. I know it's a less common word than there, but still. Being really loud for no reason. I see you've met my sister. Trying to tell subject matter experts that they're wrong about their SM. Please, keep telling me about how I'm wrong about the exact thing I got a degree for while you watched a video that is more valuable than my piece of paper. See how far that gets you. Flat Earth. Willful ignorance. Poor grammar. The entire Q thing. Thinking that education is about what to think rather than how to think. Being proud of not reading. Lack of understanding of basic historical scientific facts. Many people conflate deficient critical thinking skills with being poorly educated or unintelligent. In my experience though, the level of education or overall intelligence does not necessarily indicate proficiency in critical thinking or the ability to engage in logical reasoning. Do your own research or I did my own research. Among my educated friends, some who actually are in research, no one actually says that out loud. Because they don't need to say that out loud. When you ask the people who say I did my own research to cite their sources, they always deflect, not knowing what that even means by saying do your own research. At my previous office, people would make fun of me for sharing knowledge. Whereas I would get absolutely scolded when I tried to show interest in football or soccer for Americans, of which I knew nothing. I tried to be friendly by asking questions about football stories, but they would stop and scold me right away. However, when someone would throw a question or idea into the group about the universe, movies, or general knowledge, they would make fun of me for knowing the facts. This behavior among my superiors was a big key factor for me to leave the company. It was apparent to me why growth in the firm was stagnant. Demanding simple solutions to complex problems. Having no basic geography knowledge. No lie. I was talking to a 17-year-old at work the other day. She didn't know where Spain was. This is in the UK and Spain is one of our most popular holiday destinations. She had probably been there herself. People who lack critical thinking skills and the ability to work independently.